So in this quick set, what we want to do is we want to select the first value. First, we want to select the first element as the pivot number, or it may be a last element as the pivot number. 23, 11, 5. So first thing what we want to do is we want to select the first element, whether we want to select the first element as the pivot number or we want to select the last element as the pivot number. So in this program, I am going to select the first element as the pivot number. If we are taking the first element as the pivot number, then what we want to do, this will be your left and this will be your right. Am I right? Yes. Am I right? Yes. So again yes. So again, I want to check this first condition. If the first condition is true, I want to go with this. And if this condition is true, again, I want to repeat those conditions till this condition will getting false. And after that, if the condition is false and I want to go to this, till I want to check this. If condition is true, I want to move one step backward till the condition is getting false. When both the condition is getting false, then I want to swap these two numbers. And again, I want to check this condition. Once this condition is false, and I want to stop all the process. If suppose I am taking the first element as my pivot value, then I want to interchange my final right value, right? Am I right? Yes. Yes. If I'm taking the last element as my pivot number, if this condition is getting false and I want to interchange the final left value, whatever that was displayed in the list. So that is the concept. For this concept, we are going to write a program. So first we will start with this. So first step, what we want to do to write a program. First step. What is the first? Yes, first we want to create a list. And one more thing here, the program will be divided into three parts. One which will be the main function, another in this main function we will call one function. That function name which will be depends upon the swapping function. So checking the condition, and we need to do the swapping operation. That is one function. And after that, we are going to use another function. That function is known as the regressive function. Once this pivot value has been identified, and again this list will be divided by 2, right? Yes?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Again, this list will be divided by 2. For this, again, we want to do the swapping of condition checking operation and swapping operation. So what we want to do, first the main function want to be declared, and the swapping function want to be declared, and the regressive function want to be declared. So we are in this program, we are going to use 3 functions to do this quick start program. So first we will start with the creation of the list. For creating a list, once again I will go with the same example, that list 1 is equal to 56, 26, whatever it may be, 26, 17, 1, 44. So this is my list. And what will be the next step?
Defining function.
Yes, defining a function. So before defining a function, we want to find that left and right value, right? We want to find that left and right index value. So 0, 1, 2, and 3. So before going to the function, what the program is required is, we need to define a left value and the right value also. So for that, we need the length of the particular list to define the left and right value. So I'm taking that L is equal to length of list 1. I'm taking L is equal to length of list 1. And I'm assigning one of the function name called quickstart over here. I'm assigning one of the function name called quickstart. And I'm passing the value. What value I want to pass? I want to pass the list, and as well as the index value of 0, and the list minus 1. That is length of list minus 1. So this is my variable. So this is my argument that I am going to pass. So I am created a length, and I'm assigning that quickstart is equal to entire list I am passing over here, and index value will be starting from 0 and the index value will be ending from n minus 1. So that is the concept. And after that, I am going to define a function def pivot. First, we want to identify the pivot, right? First, we want to identify the pivot. So for that, list 1, comma, first, comma, last. So this is my argument that I have passed over here. So list 1, comma, first, comma, last. So that is the thing. So in this case, what I am doing is, I am taking the pivot value. First, I am taking the pivot value as my first value. So I am taking list 1 of first. This is my pivot value. So what is the first variable here? Past. What is the first variable? Past. So here I am passing one argument, that is list 1, 0 and n minus 1. So now what will happen is, this list 1 is taken as list 1. This first will be the value of 0, and this n minus 1 will be the value of length of the list minus 1, that will be represented as last. Are you getting this? So you just forgot this. You just forgot this and go with this. So you just forgot this. You just forgot this, and from the first step, I am creating a function. First, what we want to do, we want to identify the pivot value, right? First step, we want to identify the pivot value. For identifying the pivot value, we need the first element in the list and the last element in the list. If suppose you are taking this first element as your pivot value, then I am assigning that variable called pivot, and I am giving that list 1 of first. What is the list 1 of first? That is list 1 of 0. 23 is my first value, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So now what will happen? 23 is my pivot value. I have taken that list 1 of first. That is the first value is 23. So I am taken 23 is my pivot value, right? So for that only, I have starting itself, I have initialized that 0. That is the argument passed as 0, comma, n minus 1. That is list 1 of 0. It means 0th index. So first value, it will be consist of 0th index. So 23 is my pivot value. And after finding out the pivot value, what I want to do? I want to assign the left value as well as the right value, right? Yes?
Yes, sir.
Yes, what is my left value now?
First plus 1.
11.
First, that is now, we want to assign that left is equal to first plus 1. It means first is the index value of 0, and the index value of 0 plus 1, it will be 1. So this is my first left. That is the index value of 1, it will be my first left. And what is my right value?
Last, sir.
Yes, we are giving that last. So it means we have taken three argument. One is list 1, and that first value I have taken, first index value I have taken as pivot, and after that left is equal to first plus 1. That is, this is my left, that is index value of 1, and right is equal to last, that is list of n minus 1, that is length minus 1 will be my last. So this is my initialization, that is my assigned operator. So I'll tell you that. So first I have created a list 23, 11, 54 and 2. So in this, what I have done is, first I have assigned the pivot value. That is, this is my first.
Sir.
Yes.
So how to identify the pivot value, sir?
Pivot value, if you are taking the pivot value, that is the thing I have told you, that whether you want to decide whether I want to go with the first number or a last number, that you want to decide first itself. The programming will be same, only some of the condition will be changed, that I will tell you how to assign the pivot value as the last number. Pivot value, you want to identify whether it is first value or a last value, that you want to be identified before the program. If in this condition I have already told, in this condition I have taken that first number as my pivot value. So I am going with the first number operation. So here I am taking the first number, the pivot value is list one of first, that is 23 is my pivot value. I have taken 23 is my pivot value. And after that I want to assign left and right. So left, which will be consist of first plus 1. The first is 0, so plus 1 will be my left. So this is my left. And again I want to assign the right. Right is equal to last. This is my last. Clear? If suppose I am taking my pivot value is list one of last, and I am assigning that left value, what will be my left value? Left value will be the first, and right value will be last minus 1. Are you getting this?
Yes, sir.
Yes. If I am taking the first value, then what will happen? The first left value will be first plus 1, and last value, right value will be last
one.
That is the thing. And after that, what we want to do in the program, what I had told, we have taken this, we have taken the pivot value, we have assigned the left value, and we have assigned the right value. And after that, what we want to do?
Check the conditions.
Yes, check the condition. So it means I am going to check a condition. So in this, I am going to use a while statement, because I am going to check two conditions here. First thing, what will happen? First, it will check this condition, and after that, it will execute this part, right? Yes?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So if this two condition is been successful, then the left will be moved one step forward or backward, whatever it may be. And again, when you are going to this condition, again you want to check this condition, and again you want to check this condition. So I am going with two while statement. One while statement, first while statement will be representation of these two statement, and second while statement will be representation of these two statement. So I will write you the code, then you can easily identify that. So left is less than or equal to right. So the first one is left is less than or equal to right, and list one of left is less than or equal to pivot value. Are you getting this? So first condition, what I have done?
Left.
So first I am
Less than or
checking that left is less than or equal to right, and after that I am checking that list one of left is less than or equal to pivot value. If this condition is satisfied, what I want to do?
The left value one step forward.
Forward. Yes. So the same condition I am going to write. So left is equal to left plus 1. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So again, same condition I want to check whether left is less than or equal to right, and a of right is less than or greater than or equal to pivot. So same condition I am going to write while left is less than or equal to right, and list one of right will be greater than or equal to pivot. Yes. If this condition is true, then I will move to, if this condition is false, and again I will move to this condition, and I will check left is less than or equal to right. Yes, this is condition is right, and again I will go here. If this condition is true, what I want to do in the right process?
Right one step backward, sir.
Right one step backward. Then what will happen? I am going to write that. So I have declared that right will be there, and right is equal to right minus 1. No last, that is right minus 1. So if suppose the right will be coming here, and after that it will be checking the condition. So if you are giving last, then it will be taken as the last portion only. If suppose the right has moved here, and after that you want to move, then what you want to do? You want to give that right minus 1. What is the right value now? That is 3. 3 minus 1, it will be going to 2. Clear about this step? Yes?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Now, what is the next step I have told in this process?
When false, it goes to the.
If this condition is getting false, you just want to remember this. If this condition is getting false, then the program want to be terminated, and whatever the value, if you are taking the first element as your pivot value, you want to swap the right element, right? Yes.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
here you want to look after the two things. One is, if this condition is false, then you want to swap the pivot value from the right pivot value and the right element value. If this two condition is getting false, then we want to swap these two numbers. So for that, I am going to write if statement for this particular statement, that if right is less than left. So if this condition is false, getting false, if this two condition is getting false, you just understand, I am going to split this code by 2. If this two condition is getting false, then this if statement will be executed. If two condition is getting false, if again this statement will be executed. If right is less than or equal to left, then what I want to do now? What I want to do?
Swap right and left.
No. I am asked. So if this condition is false, then you want to swap right and left. That is the process. If the main condition is false, what I want to do? So that's why I have written here.
Value.
Interchange.
Interchange the pivot value and the right value, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So that I am going to write here. So I am going to interchange. So I am going to give two conditions. One is list one of first. So what is my list one of first value?
23.
23.
No. So no. Not I'm asking
Pivot.
that. What is my list one of first here? The list one of first is my pivot value, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So I am not going to write directly here as pivot. Why? Because the pivot is a variable that will not be in interchange. So I am writing that list one of first. It means I am going to interchange the list one of first and as well as the final list one of right value. Right? Now what will happen?
Sir, left.
No, if you are taking the first element as your pivot value, you want to interchange the right?
Right value. Yes, sir.
Yes, so that's the thing. You want to understand the entire concept to do this program. If you are understanding the concept, then it will be very easy. So list one of first comma list one of right is equal to list one of right comma list one of first. That process has been happened. When this process will be happen, only this condition is getting false. Only this condition is, any one of the condition is getting false, then this process will be happen. So now, what will happen when this condition will getting false? This two condition. If this two condition is getting false, what I want to do?
Swap left to right, right to left.
Yes, we want to swap this left and right values. So for that, I am using that list one of left, comma list one of right is equal to list one of right comma list one of left. Clear?
Yes, sir.
So list one of left comma list one of right and list one of right comma list one of left. So this is the thing. I am going to check this two condition. That is, this condition is with this condition. I am using AND statement, and this condition with this condition. I am going to use this statement. If this condition is failed in any one of the status, if this condition is failed in any one of the while loop, then what will happen? It will swap the pivot value as well as the right element value. It will swap. If this two condition has been failed, in any one of the status, then what will happen? It will be failed. It will be failed compulsory. If it is not failed, then this condition will be automatically failed. Then what will happen? This two condition has been failed. Then I want to swap these two numbers. So I have taken this if and else statement. Clear? Any doubt as of now? So this is clear. Then remaining is only one step. We are going to use the regressive technique. Clear as of now? Any doubts?
No, sir.
No. Then Now what will happen? This will not print over here. Why? Because I am not given any condition for this while loop to terminate from the while loop, or else it to terminate from the if statement. I am not given any condition over here. Just I am giving that we want to check that. So it will, what will happen is it will be a, so it will be the infinite loop. So for that I want to make this as a finite loop. So for that, if this while will become true, if this while, so this is the basic idea. Actually you want to identify that if this while will become true, then what I want to do is I need any break statement for this particular while. For this break statement, where this program will be terminated in this condition, where the program will be terminated.
False.
Yes.
When the first condition is false, sir.
When the first condition is false, the program will be terminated, right? So in that case, I will give the break statement there. If the first condition is false, I will give the break statement, and the output of this first condition is getting false. I will get the outside of the statement. I will give the statement. Have you understand where I have given the break? Where I have given the break, have you understand that? Yes? Anyhow, we want to need a final output of the pivot value. For that pivot value, I am giving that this program will be finally terminated once this condition is getting false. So in that case, I am giving the break statement over there. In that break, the final result will be, this will be the final result. So I am going with this final result. So that is the case. In this, if you are taking the first value, you want to give the return value also for the quick. One more function we are going to do. So for that one more function, you want to give the return value. If suppose you are taking the first element as your pivot value, then you want to return, what you want to return? What do you want to return? So now you can imagine that first element is my pivot value, and I am going to interchange the first element in this right. So this is my final right. So this is my pivot value, and this is my final right. I am going to interchange this pivot value in the final right, right? So it means that I have find out the, yes.
Divided by 2, sir.
Divided by 2. No, you just listen that. You just listen. I am having 3 numbers, 1, 11, 5, and 17. 11, 5, and 17. So this is my pivot number. So normally the pivot number where it will come? 5, 11, and 17, right? Yes. So normally the pivot value will be lies here, right? Yes.
Yes, sir.
So this is my final right. It will be, this is my final right, which will be, we are doing this operation, then this will be my final right. Once the condition is getting false, then what will happen? I will swap this pivot value and the right value, right? So I want to return this right value for the next operation. Why? Because this is my pivot value that has been assigned in that particular position. So that is the thing. I want to return this right for the next iteration of the loop. Return right. So I am going to return the right operation. So this. Are we clear about this? So this thing, the why I am using while statement, because if you are using this while statement inside this condition, here there is no termination process is there. So I want to give this break statement for all the conditions. So I am using this while statement. If it is true, then what will happen? When this condition is getting false, it will break, and it will break all the statement, and it will come out of this all the while loop statements, and it will print that the list of first comma list of right is equal. It means it will swap the pivot number as well as the right number. So here I am not using directly the pivot variable. I am using that list one of first. Why? Because if you are using the variable, it won't be interchange. I am using the direct index position of the particular list. And after interchanging this, I am returning this right value, that is pivot value that was assigned in an exact position in the list. I am returning this function to the one more function that we are going to declare hereafter. So that is the thing. Are you clear about this? Any doubts I want to explain it again? Again, I am telling that if you are confused, then you can go with these lines of code with one like that. You can take 3 element as your example, and you can do the operation. Then you can identify easily what it happens. Clear? Shall we move to the next function? Yes.
Yeah.
So next, what I told, first thing is my main program. This program has been divided into 3 parts. One is my main program, and another one is finding out the pivot value and doing the swapping operation. And what is the third function I have told? What is the third function I have told? Regressive function. The third function, we want to do a regressive operation in this function. So in this program, so why? Because after completion of this will be divided into one part, and this will be divided into another part, and same procedure what we have done, we are going to do for the sublist also. Same procedure what we have done, we are going to do for the sublist also. For this purpose, I am using this regressive function over here. So I am defining that function name as quicksort. Why? Because I am calling this quicksort function only here. I am not calling this pivot underscore place function in the main program. I am calling only this quicksort function in the main program. So it means that it will, inside the function, it will call the another function, and as well as this functions also. So same argument I am passing, that list 1 comma first comma last. So here the list 1 will be your entire list, and first the value will be 0, and the last the value will be n minus 1. And now I am going to assign a variable called p. P is equal to pivot underscore place. P is equal to pivot underscore place list 1 comma first comma last, and after that I'm going with quicksort of list 1 comma first comma p minus 1, and again I'm assigning quicksort of list 1 comma p plus 1 comma last. So yes. So this is 3 steps. This will be the important step. First I am calling the function with an argument. Same argument I have taken 3 arguments, and after that I am assigning the variable and calling this function as my pivot value function. I am calling this function with the same argument that I have passed. So same argument will go here, and what will happen? It will be taking the part, and it will return the value called return of right. So it will return the value to the p. So it means the p value will become the right. And here you can see here, it will take that right p minus 1, that is right minus 1 for this particular second operation, second submodule division. It will take p minus 1. For the left hand side, it will take p minus 1, and for the right hand side, it will take p plus 1. Are you clear about this? So what I am doing is, yes?
Repeat again, sir.
1 minute. So I am calling this quicksort function. So this is my main function. Inside the function, I am calling one more function, that is pivot value, pivot place, with this same argument, right? With this same argument which will pass. So the first iteration, to find out the pivot value, it will happen, and it will find that the pivot has been presented. The pivot has been presented in that particular index called right index. So right index will be like this, and this p value will become the right value, right? This p value will become the right. Now what will happen? Quicksort of list 1 comma first comma and last will become p minus 1. That means the last value become p minus 1. What is this? P minus 1. That is the index value of 0, right? Yes.
Yes, sir.
So it means, so I will go with 3 to 4 lines, so then you can able to understand this. So you just imagine 15, 2, 4, and 19, 55, and 75. So first what will happen? This 19 is my pivot value, right? You just imagine, I have taken the 19 is my first value. After doing all this operation, this 19 has came here, and you can see here left hand side of the 19 all are the lesser than 19, and right hand side of the 19 all are greater than or the 19, right? Yes.
Yes, sir.
And now I am returning this right value, that is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So the right value which will be become of 3, right? Now it will be become of 3. And here you can see here quick sort of list 1 of first, that is first is equal to 0, that is first is equal to 0, and the last is equal to p minus 1, that is 3 minus 1. Now this will be 0, and this will be the last. This will be the last. So it means this will be the left, and this will be the right. And this will be the left. So the last value which will be become 0 minus 1. So first already we have taken the pivot value as first. So it will be considered as my first. And this minus 1 which will be considered of this list has been divided by 2, right? And here you can see here first value plus 1. It means p plus 1. That is the first value. And when you are going with the right hand side, this will be the first value. So likewise, these two parts will be separated. And after that, till this condition is getting false, it will execute all the statement. And after that, this condition will be getting false, it will execute all the statement. First, this will be executed till the single element. And after that, this will be executed till the single element. That is the quick start. So that is a regressive technique. Have you clear, or I want to go with one more time? Have you cleared with this, or I want to go with one more time? Voice not clear. Now only I am hearing this. Am I audible now, Madhu?
Sir.
So here I am telling once again, if so same example you can see here, this is the index value of 3. Then this function will be executed. What will happen? The list 1 will be remains as list 1, and first will be remains as first. Here the first is my pivot value, so left is my first plus 1, and what is my right, and what is my last value? The last value has been changed now. That is the last value is p minus 1, that is 3 minus 1 is 2. And here you can see here, this is my list. New list has been created, 0, 1, and 2. And here the list will be remain same. The new list, the sublist will be remain same. And the first value will be my pivot value. So this is my pivot value. And the right value will be, and the left value will be my first plus 1. So this is my left value. And now the right value has been changed here. That is 2. So this will become my right value, right? Am I getting this? Are you getting this point? When you are returning the value to the one of the regressive one of the function, it will return it will take the index value of the particular right. So here you can see here, once this condition has been processed in this pivot value function, it will return what it will return. It will return the index value of 3 for that particular right. And after that, this p will become 3. And again, I am calling this particular quicksort function. And what will happen? This function arguments will be like this. That is list 1 first comma 2, because p has become 3 and now it will become 2. And again, it will go to the quicksort function with list 1 first and 2. And again, it will go to the p. and what will happen? Pivot underscore place, it will be going over here. So list 1 first, and the value of last will be now is 2, and again it will do an operation. And again here you can find the middle value, that is the pivot value. It will be coming in the exact position. So on that time it will return the value, that is 2. It will like that, it will be returning the value. Again it will change as 2. Again it will change as 2. And again here if you are coming p minus 1, and again here it will be changed as 1. So likewise, if you are getting till the condition is getting false, it will be executed, and this merge recursive function will be executed. So I have already mentioned you that once you are going to use the recursive function, you need a base case or a termination case. So here I am assigning that the base case and the termination cases. If first is less than last. So if first is less than last, then that is my termination case of this particular if statement, and it will not execute any point. It will come directly out of the function and it will print that list 1. Anil Kumar, I have not given you to give an attendance. Why you are giving the attendance, I don't know. So if you are busy with your schedule, then you no need to join the class also. If you are busy with your schedule, no need to join the class. I am not told to give the attendance. Are you clear with this, or I want to explain any one of the parts? You having any doubts in any one of the parts? You just take the lines of code and first select this process, and based upon this process, so which part will be executed first in this program? Can you tell me which part will be executed first? Which function will execute first?
Quickshot.
Yes, we have called only quickshot over here. So this quickshot will be executed. So it will collect the list and it will find out the length of the list, and here it will be executed the quickshot. And here we have passed 3 arguments. So here also we are having a 3 arguments, and it will go here. So what is the first value now? What is the first? What is the first value?
56.
0.
First 0. So you can see here I have passed an argument here, that is 0. I have passed an argument here, that is 0. And here n minus 1, the length of the list minus 1, that is the last value. What is my length of the list? 3, 4, 5, 6. So first value will be 0, and second last value will be 5. 0 less than 5. The condition will be true, right?
Yes, sir.
Then it will go to the p, variable p. In this variable p, I have called a function with this same value what I have called here. So it will pass list. It will pass list 1, comma, first value 0, comma, and last will be the n minus 1, that is 5. So with this same argument, it will go here to this function, and it will do an operation, and finally it will return the value of an index position of right, and it will be returning the value. And after that, it will come here and it will take that p will be considered as 3, and after that this function will be executed. So here the p will be, the list 1 is the list 1, again it will pass the same value. So list 1, comma, first, what is the first value? That is 0. And what is the last value? That is p minus 1. The p is 3, so p minus 1 will be 2. And again this function will be calling same this function. Now what will happen? This will be changed, list 1, comma, 0, comma, 2. So we already discussed the list 1, comma, 0, comma, 5, and now it has been changed list 1, comma, 0, comma, 2. Why? Because the list has been splitted into 2 parts, that is 2 subparts, that is 0, 1, 2 will be having one subpart, and 4 and 5 will having the remaining subpart. So for that 4 and 5 we will require this. So list 1, for after this condition, after this left hand side has been terminated by a single element, so this condition has been satisfied, then what will happen? It will move to this, and here the list 1 will be list 1, comma, what is p plus 1? The p is 3, the first p is 3, so 3 plus 1 will be 4. So 4 is my first value, and the last is my last value. So the 4 is my first value and last is my last value. So it means you can see here, this 4 is my first value and last is my last value. So here I am taking the first element as my pivot value, and I am taking the left element is first plus 1. So it will become left as well as the right in the first stage itself. So likewise, it will be continuously execution till this condition will getting false. So that is the thing. Are you clear about this? So I will share you the code and watch the videos once again. And first understand the concept. If you are understanding the concept, then it will be very easy for you. So if you are, 1 minute, I will execute down. Somewhat program not executed. So you can see here the list has been sorted now. Yes. If suppose I want to take the last element plus my pivot value, what I want to do? In this lines of code, the output will be remain same. But the thing, if you are having the condition to take the first element or a last element, if suppose I want to take a last element, what I want to do? Here I want to mention that pivot value is a last and left is equal to
Last minus 1.
no, left is equal to only first. Only first, and right is equal to last minus 1, right? So here I no need to change any condition because we are using those condition over here. So here we no need to change any condition. So in this case I want to change list 1 of first is comma. If I am taking the last element, what I want to swap with the pivot element? Left I want to swap. So this left will be added. The list 1 of left. And again I want to return the swapped element value, not right value. I want to return the swapped element, that is the left value. So now you can see here, it was not swapped, it was not arranged where I have left out. So not left is equal to list one, right? So where I want to change only 3 things, right? Only I want to change the first element, left element, right element, and when you are swapping the pivot element, I want to change that. I have changed left plus 1 and right plus 1. So this statement all remains same. So list 1 of left, comma list 1 of right is equal to list 1 of right. Six 26 times 1. So where I want to change, anything I want to change here. Yes. So I will share you this. You can find out for the left statement. I will share you this. You can find out for the last index value as a pivot element. So if I got, I am able to get that, but I have confused as of now. So I will share you the two conditions. One is left first element and another one is last element with you in the WhatsApp. Right. So if you are having any doubts, you can stay back and ask your queries for this. And if you are clear with this concept, if you are clear with this concept, then if you are practicing these lines of code, then you can able to identify easily. There is nothing in this program. For 2 days, I have taken my head off over there for this program. So there was nothing in this program. If you are understand this concept, then this program will be easy. So I will share you the code. You can practice that, and after practicing, if you have any doubt, you can ask me that. Clear about this? Those who are clear, you can give your attendance, and you can leave now, and you can attend the next class. And one more thing, wait for a while, wait. So they already started. So okay, I will tell you in the next class. No problem. Shiva Karthik.
Sir.
Shiva Karthik, are you there? Are you ready with your
Yes, sir.
merge chart explanation? Quick chart explanation.
Sir, 1 minute, sir. I will log in with laptop.
No. Today is not. I'm not going to tell today. I am asking whether it is on Saturday or in the Monday 3rd hour. You be prepared for that, right?
Sir, quick shot. Okay, sir. I will explain, sir.
Yes, quick shot you want to explain. So that is the thing. You want to explain quick shot, and Krishnakant will be explaining the selection, and Richard will be explaining the bubble shot. So those who are having remaining, what is the starting techniques is there? Quick shot, merge shot and insertion has been pending. So those who are interested with merge shot and insertion shot, then you can come forward and you can take the class. I will give you 10 minutes for each and individual topic. So it will be 5 sorting methods, and as of 5, I will give you 15 minutes. That means 1 class for you. So those who are interested can voluntarily come forward and take this topic. That is only 2 topic has been pending. One is Shiva Karthik, you are going to take a quick shot, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So insertion and merge shot will be pending. So I will post that in the group. If you are interested, you can come forward and take the class. I will give you 10 minutes for each individual topic.
Sir, all for AIDS department only, sir.
No, I am asking for all the one. CSBS, if you are interested, CSBS also. I am not especially mentioning that this for ANDS. CSBS, if you are interested also, you can come. I am not restricting anyone. I am generally informing in the class. I am not mentioning the AIDS or CSBS and all. Bharat, have you completed that?
Sir, remaining 5 is there, sir.
Okay, after completion, you can send me that.
Oh, sir. As of now, I completed 1920, sir.
Okay.
Remaining 5 or 6 is there, sir.
Okay, no problem. You take the time and you can complete.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Sir, I will also send, sir.
You will?
I said that second unit.
Have you completed?
No, sir. Up to 2 to 3 days I will send, sir.
No. I am asking different thing to Bharat. I am asking different thing. For the notes preparation, you can take your own time. You can take 1 month also, no problem.
Okay, sir.
Before the exam, what I want to do is, before the exam, whatever the notes you are taking, that notes will be represented in all the hands of the 96 members. So that is the thing. So you can take 2 to 3 weeks or maybe 1 month. So before the final exam that you want to complete, that's the thing.
Okay, sir. I will.
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, thank you.
sir.
Thank you.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Yes, Agilan. Arun Jetli, Sibi Ratnam, Rahul and Raghavendra. Harish Raghavendra, are you there?
சார் மகேஷ் பாபு படம் ஏத்தி விட்டீல நல்லா இருக்கு மகேஷ் பாபு படம்
Jay,
மகேஷ் பாபு படம் ஏத்தி விட்டா
மகேஷ் பாபு படம் என்ன படம்டா அது?
சார் இல்ல சார் நான் பேசல சார் பக்கத்துல இருக்கு சார் டேய் கம்முன்றடா
எங்க இருக்க நீ, ரூம்லயா வீட்லயா?
இல்ல சார் வீட்ல இல்ல சார் வீட்டுக்கு வெளியில இருக்கேன் சார்
வீட்டுக்கு வெளியே இருக்க. சொல்லு அருண் ஜெட்லி, ஏதாவது டவுட் இருக்கா?
இல்ல சார் குயிக்ஸா புரியல சார்
கான்செப்ட் புரியலையா? நான் வீடியோ
புரியல
பார்க்க சொன்னேன், அது பாத்தியா?
இல்ல சார் நேத்து நான் ஆப்சன் சார் வரல சார்
நேத்து இல்ல, முந்தா நேத்து நான் திங்கக்கிழமை எடுத்து நான் வீடியோ போட்டேன். அதை பார்த்து 2 நாள் டைம் கொடுத்தேன். அதை பார்த்துட்டு அதுக்கப்புறம் ப்ரோக்ராமுக்கு வந்தீங்கன்னா புரிஞ்சிருக்கும்னு தான் நான் சொன்னேன் உங்க கிளாஸ்ல. ஒன்ஸ் ஒரு தடவை கிளாஸ் அட்டன் பண்ணல, நான் இன்னைக்கு கிளாஸ் எடுத்தோன்னா நான் அப்படியே போஸ்ட் பண்றேன் யூடியூப்ல. ஒன்ஸ் நீ கிளாஸ் அட்டன் பண்ணலன்னா அந்த யூடியூப் போய் பாத்துருக்கணும்ல.
ஆமா சார் நான் நீங்க யூடியூப் போஸ்ட் பண்றேன்னு சொல்லியிருந்தீங்களா? சரி நான் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் இதுதான் போஸ்ட் பண்ணிருக்கீங்க, இது பண்ணல போல அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு நான் பண்ணல
நான் எல்லாமே பண்ணியாச்சு. நீ யூடியூப்ல போய் தேடி பாரு. அதான் சப்ஸ்கிரைப் பண்ணியிருந்தேன்னா உனக்கு நோட்டிபிகேஷன் வரும். நான் போஸ்ட் பண்ண சப்ஸ்கிரைப் பண்ணாம நீயா போய் தேடினா கிடைக்காது. ஃபர்ஸ்ட் போய் நீ அந்த யூடியூப்ல குயிக் ஷாட்டோட எக்ஸ்பிளனேஷன் ப்ரோ வீடியோன்னு ஒன்னு போட்டிருப்பேன். அந்த வீடியோ முதல்ல பாரு. அதுக்கப்புறம் இந்த ப்ரோக்ராம் வீடியோக்கு வந்தேன்னா ஈஸியா இருக்கும்.
ஓகே சார்
சரியா? அது பார்த்துட்டு அதுல ஏதாவது டவுட் இருந்துச்சுன்னா அதுக்கப்புறம் எந்த இடத்துல டவுட்னு கேளு, அது மட்டும் நான் சொல்றேன்.
சரி சார்.
ஏன்னா நான் சொன்னாலும் அதை வீடியோல இருக்கதான் திருப்பி சொல்ல போறோம்.
ஓகே சார். சார் பிஎஸ்பிபி 2 எனக்கு இப்போ வந்து இது இல்ல சார், ஓபன் புக் டெஸ்ட்
ஓபன் புக் தான். ஆமா எழுதணும். அது நோட்ஸ் நான் அதான் முதல்ல இது வரட்டும், உனக்கு டைம் டேபிள் வரட்டும். நான் அதை பார்த்துட்டு உனக்கு அப்புறம் ஏரோல ஒரு உங்க இதுல ஒரு 7 பேர் இருக்கான், ஏரோல ஒரு 4 பேர் 7 பேர் இருக்கான். சோ அவனுக்கு என்ன பண்ணணுங்கிறத நான் யோசிக்கிறேன். நோட்ஸ் ஒன்னும் பிரச்சனை இல்லை, அதை எழுதிக்கலாம். அது கவலைப்படாது, எழுதுறதா. நம்ம இப்ப ரிட்டர்ன் தான் பிரச்சனை இல்லை. நமக்கு ஓபன் புக் பிரச்சனை இல்லை. நீ ஆப்டிடியூடோட ஓபன் புக் பிரச்சனை இல்லை. ஏதோ ஒண்ணு எழுதி கிட்டத்தட்ட அந்த 30 பேஜ் முடிச்சுட்டு அப்படின்னா போதும், முடிஞ்சு.
சார் 15 பக்கம் தான் யூஸ் பண்ண சொல்லிருக்காங்க சார்.
15 பக்கம். சாரி 100 மார்க்குக்கு 30 பேஜ், 50 மார்க் 15 பேஜ். அதான் அந்த 15 பேஜ் எழுதி முடிச்சிட்டேன்னா, எழுதி நீட்டா பிரசன்ட் பண்ணிட்டேன்னு வச்சுக்க, கவலையே கிடையாது. நல்ல வேலைக்கு தப்புச்சேன்னு நினைச்சுக்க. இப்ப நீ அரியர் வச்சு இந்த செமஸ்டர் எழுத போற. இந்த செமஸ்டர் சப்போஸ் நீ ஆஃப்லைன்ல வந்திருந்தனா உட்காந்து இங்க காலேஜ்ல உட்காந்து 3 மணி நேரம் 100 மார்க்குக்கு எக்ஸாம் எழுதி இருக்கணும். அது பயங்கர டிஃபிகல்ட், அது கிளியர் பண்றதுக்கு அப்புறம். சோ இப்ப தப்பிச்சுட்ட அப்படின்னு நினைச்சிட்டு இந்த அடுத்த டெர்முக்கு நீ நோட்ஸ் நான் இன்னைக்கு ப்ரிப்பேர் பண்ணல. இது வரைக்கும் நான் எம்சிக்யூங்கறனால எம்சிக்யூ தான் வச்சிட்டு இருந்தேன். நான் நோட்ஸ் எடுத்து தரேன் உனக்கு. நான் எடுத்தோன்னு உனக்கு கொடுத்துறேன். சரியா?
சரி சார்.
ஓகே
சார். எது எக்ஸ்பிளனேஷனுக்கு வேற ஏதாவது டாபிக் ஃப்ரீயா இருக்கா சார்?
இன்சர்ஷன் அண்ட் மெர்ஜ் சார்ட் இருக்கு.
சரி சார். ரெண்டுல ஏதாவது ஒண்ணு எடுக்கலாமா சார்?
ஆமா, ரெண்டுல ஏதாவது ஒண்ணு. இல்லனா உனக்கு என்ன டாபிக் தெரியுமோ அது சொல்லு, அதை எடுத்துக்க. நீ என்ன எடுக்கணும்?
நான் இன்னைக்கு ப்ரிப்பேர் பண்றேன் சார். எது நல்லா கன்சிஸ்டன்சியா
இருக்கும்? லீனியர் சர்ச் இல்லனா பைனரி சர்ச்னு ஒன்னு இருக்கும். லீனியர் அண்ட் பைனரி. அதுல பைனரி கூட விட்டுரு. லீனியர் சர்ச் இருக்கும். அது கொஞ்சம் ஈஸியா இருக்கும். அந்த வீடியோ போட்டுருக்க லீனியர் சர்ச் வீடியோ. அந்த வீடியோ போய் பாரு. அது உனக்கு ஓகேங்கிற மாதிரி இருக்குன்னா அந்த லீனியர் சர்ச் பத்தி ஒரு 10 நிமிஷம் எப்படி அது ஒர்க் ஆகுது அப்படிங்கிறது ஒரு 10 நிமிஷம் எடுப்போம்.
ஓகே சார். ஓகே சார். தேங்க்யூ சார். சேஃபா இருங்க சார்.
ஓகே சார்.
சார் மரவள்ளி கிழங்கு வாங்கி சாப்பிடுங்க சார், நல்லது சார்.
எதுக்குடா மரவள்ளி கிழங்கு?
அங்கிட்ட வித்தாங்க சார்.
எங்க?
உங்க வீட்டு சைடு தான்.
ஆமாடா, ஜன்னல் பக்கத்துல சவுண்ட் கேட்டுச்சோ?
ஆமா சார், கேட்டுக்கிட்டே
ஜன்னல் பக்கத்துல உட்கார்ந்து இருக்கேன். அது அந்த சவுண்ட் தான். அவன்கிட்ட என்னத்த சொல்றது, நான் ஸ்பீக்கரை போட்டு வந்துட்டான் டக்கு டக்குன்னு.
இங்கே என்ன சார், எங்க வீட்டு முன்னாடி வந்து உட்காந்துட்டு சித்திரதை பண்றேன் சார்.
அதுதான்.
சரி சார், தேங்க்யூ சார்.
சரி, ஓகேடா. சிபி ரத்னம் அண்ட் ஹரிஷ் ராகவேந்திரா. Sibi Ratnam and Harish Raghavendra, are you there in the line?